Bitcoin is a bubble, okay? Bitcoin is a bubble. It's a shame. It could be a currency. It could work, I mean, conceptually.
Ray Dalio criticizes Bitcoin again. It is a very poor alternative to gold. What does this very famous investor mean by this? Also, if you stay until the end, I am going to share with you a news about ChatGPT and Ray Dalio, because believe it or not, ChatGPT has asked Ray Dalio what he thinks about the current economy. So stay until the end, because what we will see in today's video will interest you a lot. Let's start. The rally in cryptocurrencies, especially in Bitcoin this year, due of course to the loss of confidence in the banking sector in the US. With all this, not everyone has jumped on the hour and remain cautious with crypto coins, queens and other digital assets. This is the case, for example, of Ray Dalio, the founder of, who believes that the world's largest cryptocurrency is neither a reliable store of value nor a good currency. Bitcoin is neither an effective store of wealth nor a medium of exchange, so it is not an effective currency. It has a volatility that is unrelated to virtually anything. It is a very, very poor alternative to gold. Please remember that gold is currently at record highs. In 2000, silver is at 25, almost at record highs, and the cryptocurrency Bitcoin that's seen revalued specifically since the banking crisis began in the United States, reaching from $16,000 to $30,000, having an 80% rise. Dalio also emphasized the risk of Bitcoin being outlawed or heavily regulated. However, whether or not this is the case, the veteran investor stressed that central banks and countries do not want to adopt the cryptocurrency queen, reinforcing the argument that it is an unattractive alternative to fiat money or gold. In this case, as we can realize today, as Bank of America is reporting numbers, we are also at $30,172 in Bitcoin, and we are up 2.5%. If we put ourselves in context, in this year alone we have gone from 16,000 since January to 30,000, an increase of more than 80% of what Bitcoin is. If we go, of course, to gold, we are at 2020.20, and we are at record highs, as you can see on the chart. On the other hand, if we go to the square, we are at 25.3. We are not at historical maximums, but we are very close to them at approximately 27.9, 25.3 currently. This is not the first time in recent months that Dalio has criticized BTC. Last February, in an interview granted to CNBC, Dalio stressed that Bitcoin is a tiny thing that gets disproportionate attention, that it is worth a third of what Microsoft is worth, and that there are many more interesting industries than cryptocurrencies. It's not going to be cash. It's not an effective store of wealth. It's not an effective medium of exchange. I think it's been pretty amazing what it's accomplished in 12 years, but it's not related to anything. In this case, for example, Ray Dalio always tells us that we invent ourselves in Bitcoin and to be very careful with the possible excessive volatility that has this crypto asset. Remember, as I tell you, that 80% was its profit this year, but previously it was at 65,000. We got to be at 16,000 in a year, a little more. We got to drop more than Julia's 65% in Bitcoin. Quote, Dalio tells us he has not always been critical of cryptocurrencies. Last year he recommended investors put their money in Bitcoin to fight inflation, despite not being as good as gold. Likewise, in 2021 he declared himself bullish and claimed to have a small amount of Bitcoins, although he reiterated that, when in doubt, he would choose gold. ChatGPT, and watch out for this, he tells us that he asked Ray Dalio about the holy grail of investments. Not without first inviting you to subscribe to the channel if you like the content and leave your nice like so you do not miss any of our videos. We talk about personal finance and stock market in the channel as every day, so if this is a topic of your interest, consider subscribing. ChatGPT, the text-based artificial intelligence platform, has been making waves in the financial sector, offering different perspectives and advice on trading and investment products. What is interesting, however, is that the platform does not limit itself to giving financial advice, but can also seek opinions. Ray Dalio, the famous billionaire investor and founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, revealed that the tool asked him about his opinion of the most important principle for investing. ChatGPT, I ask you, what is the most important lesson you learned about investing throughout your career? Dalio shared the response after an internet user mentioned that ChatGPT had asked them to ask the investor about What is the most important lesson you have learned about investing over the course of your career? In response, Dalio got candid about what he calls the holy grail of investing, which, he says, is diversification, especially in managing investment risks. I assert that by investing in 10 to 15 good, uncorrelated assets, you can reduce risk by 80% without sacrificing profitability. This allows impressionists to multiply by 5 their risk-return ratio, a key principle for successful investing. In this case, for example, we have as an Nvidian main action that has risen today more than 13.29% as so far this year in 3 months has rebounded more than 100% because it was associated with artificial intelligence with the chips, and from 121 we have gone more than 278. In this case, if you wanted to diversify in Villa, you would have to go to an ETF called SOXX, which is the semiconductor ETF. Here, for example, you would be investing in AMD Envy, Inter, and of course also in other companies like, for example, you will get Driver, and many others. In this case, you have a dividend of 1%, and how you can realize we have revalued from 300,18425, almost 45% profit as opposed to 100%. What genre envy? If you want to start investing in a broker long term without leveraging you safely, I tell you the link of the broker, eToro, in the first comment and in the description of this video, so you can go support the channel of course and have 100.000 virtual dollar just for this month, so you can see what is the interface of eToro, and of course you can see if it is a broker that suits you or not. Don't forget that we have a new channel called Creating Finances with Luis, where we test applications that can help us to generate extra income from home and also dismantle scams. Go for a ride over there. If you want a premium tool to be able to analyze stocks and want to know what are the recommendations of professional investors, in addition to a specific analysis and all the latest news and most important news, I leave you the link to the Seeking Alpha with Premium tool that is with $200 discount for this month and with a total trial of 7 days free, and if you do not like the tool you get your money back. But now I want to know what you think about casting GPT. Do you think this is just the beginning of the end with artificial intelligence already controlling us, just like we saw in several movies? I want to know your opinion in comments. Also, are you investing in Bitcoin? Do you plan to do so? I would like to know your opinion. If you want to learn how to invest in the stock market and you are interested in the topic of personal finance, subscribe to the channel. Give him a punch in the face, this guy. Subscribe here. Over here I leave you a playlist for you to learn how to invest in the stock market from scratch, or that may interest you. Also, I'm going to leave you our channel of Creating Finances with Luis so you can subscribe and go to see ways to make money online. See you tomorrow with a new video. Have a great day. Bye.